helium. This where all the helium went?
Helium.
There's none of the heads.
Let's see. No, yeah, they definitely don't got that no more. So, the truth about cheating chapter is what we on T15. I believe it's page 141. So in the book, I say, it's true that someone who cheats on you could actually love you. So in saying something like that, the question that arises is, can someone truly love you and cheat on you, or does it really require full loyalty no matter the temptation? What do you think?
I feel like someone can still very much love you, and it may be the person that they are that they desire connections with more than one person. That doesn't mean they love you any less. That doesn't mean they love you, any other kind of way. They just may be a type of person who love big love, where they love with big connections, which may be multiple connections. Because, that's even to say like in a, I guess we would have to speak if it's going to be, I guess, people put a lot of titles on different stuff with the monogamy and anything that's poly. It's like, okay, in those situations, I guess it's understood and agreed upon that, that the floor is open. Versus in a monogamous relationship, it is, said to be that it's just you and me. I do think it would be a benefit for the person to maybe speak upon, maybe that's what they rather or enjoy, or, just be honest about, what they want out of a relationship, or, whatever. And maybe they don't know that that's what they desire.
I got that. I agree. But I feel like it's levels to the love. And I feel like you could fall. I feel like if you at like 95% love, you could probably fall victim to the temptation. But I would say at 100% love, I don't think it's anything that could interrupt or disrupt or change that. And I say that to say, like, that doesn't mean that the person don't love you if they cheat on you. It just means that they don't love you all the way to the level that you may have anticipated. So it's like they may love you enough to be with you and all that type of stuff, but not enough to resist the temptation of enjoying the experiences that they entitled to, because life is what it is, and you only get one shot. So these experiences is no guarantee. And there's no guarantee the person that you with is the person that you supposed to be with, and you could be missing out on opportunities. So you gotta think about it like that. That person did cheat, but they also, live in life, and we all get the opportunity to live life and do whatever it is that we want to do.
Right.
And you can't get mad at other people for not being you and not responding the way that you would naturally respond to things.
Right.
So, but I do think that a person that cheats on you could actually really love you.
Yeah.
Or they could be playing you, one or the other, but you won't know because you're not in a body to know. But yes, a person that cheats on you, I do feel like they could actually really love you. They just may not have full control over themselves when it comes to that type of thing.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
We must also be mindful of having what type of expectations we have for people, human beings.
Exactly.
Sometimes the expectations for humans is way the bar is set too high.
Well, yeah.
You can expect less and maybe get more.
Exactly.
And if you expect less and you get less, you won't be disappointed because you didn't cross this high. You didn't put somebody on this high pedestal where you just expected for them to be 100 feet up, but they sitting at 50 feet up.
Exactly.
Because they are 50 feet up.
And that's what their limitation is. It is like, I feel like it's like once you understand these different things, then you won't have these complications and problems. I think it comes from being delusional and just thinking about what this person's supposed to be or what you want them to be to you instead of what they actually are. And
it's
just
the
building on what they are.
expectations.
Exactly.
When we expect too much from people and they let us down, then we feel like we've been delusional. No, people are who they are.
Exactly.
We just want them to be something else.
Exactly. And everybody that's tuned in, thanks for tuning in. We right now talking about the truth about cheating chapter. We having a discussion about, can a person that cheats on you actually love you? So if y'all have any comments or opinions, or y'all agree or disagree, by all means put it in the chat. If y'all want to get in on the conversation, I am simul streaming. I'm on Bigo Live as we speak, so you can jump on there as well and get in on the conversation. But we'll move on to the next question. So the next question that arises from saying something like a person that loves you can cheat in the book is withholding truth just as like let's see, I'm trying to think of how to word this. All right, is withholding truth just as damaging as cheating itself, or is lying to protect someone's feelings a justifiable thing in a relationship? Like, do you think it's justifiable to lie about activity or cheating or anything?
I would say it's not justifiable to lie.
Okay.
So be with someone who you feel like you can be completely yourself, and you can be 100% honest with. So those parts are avoided.
So, and now, I would say in some scenarios, I think depending on if your mate is unable to understand or might not be able to control you expressing something to them, then I feel like then that would be a situation where, you may adjust the truth. Because sometimes some people, you may tell them something and they fly all the way off the handle, and it's not even something to take it that far. You may have a mate that don't understand that you can have a platonic communication with somebody. You may say and tell them, hey, I talked to such and such, or I had a conversation with somebody, and they can bend it all out of shape. And, oh, you want to sleep with that person, and now you da-da-da. And it's like, had you not mentioned that, and you wouldn't have had this headache. So it's like some things, it's like it's not right, but I can understand why a person would keep a statement to themselves to avoid furthering miscommunication or even hurting that person. Kind of like if somebody say, hey, are you fat? Or do I look fat? Or whatever. You might be like, nah, not really. It's like, you're lying.
Kind of watering down the truth.
Exactly.
To save face.
Exactly. Which is lying. So it's like, realistically, no matter how you put it at, everybody ends up inadvertently lying or not. Oh. All right. So,
hello?
Yeah, so all right. So we're going to get some music going on. Let's get some music going on for a second. Let's see. All right, we're going to put some music on, and we're going to, what's going on with you? I'm going to get some music on for 1 second, and we're going to reactivate it. Did you have something that you wanted to mention on the topic that I was already discussing?
We were co-workers.
Box 1?
Yes.
Huh?
No.
Oh, I thought you were saying something. What's going on, y'all? Welcome in. All right, so we getting down to the nitty gritty. So this, I want y'all to actually put this in the chat. Like, I want y'all to respond. All right, so question.
Don't see you drinking.
Let's see. If all right.
No.
If your partner cheats on you, but I say if your partner cheats on you, don't ask the details or nothing like that. So if they do,
you do the same thing.
If partner cheats, but you decide to stay, is it a good idea to never ask the details, or does it leave unresolved trauma at the surface? So, should you ask for details about the cheating, or just keep it pushing and not discuss what actually occurred?
So,
this is it's women versus men. It's everybody. So it just really boils down to, whoever want to answer the question. So Dave, definitely Savior, by all means, jump on in there if you got an opinion. But go ahead, what you was about to say?
Okay, I know I lost it. What was the last sentence?
Oh yeah, so basically what I said was, if a partner cheats, but
Oh,
you
you
decide
wanna
to
know.
stay,
Okay.
do you? Yeah.
So I would say it all depends on what kind of person are you. I'm type nosy. I want details.
And you want to know.
I want details.
You want to know if they hit it
details,
from the back.
Details.
What happened? You want the whole shebang.
Where, when, how.
Now I would say that asking for the details and getting the details after you've been cheated on, I feel like is the worst decision you can make if you're going to stay with the person. If you don't want to stay with the person, never ask the details ever. Somebody wanted to see you in the camera. I don't know if she want to be on the camera right now or not. So if a person cheats and you get the details, it's all right. But if a person cheats and want to get the details, I personally, I ain't asking no details, because the trauma just continues. Because think about this: when somebody cheats on you, you already gonna have all these crazy thoughts and wild, amazing things. You're gonna think that they had the most best time in life and all that other stuff, and they not, they may not have been that good of an experience or whatever. But I feel like if you find out, drop the baby off. If you find out if the person cheated every time they went to the mall or every time they went to somewhere, every time they go there, you're gonna think about that instantly. So you're not going to be able to ever trust them going to the mall ever again in life, because now you have this image of this is what they do, and now you see them as that. So I would say it's never a good idea to ask about what happened if they cheated on you, or all these questions.
Now you know what to expect.
True, but now you anticipating that. Like every time they go to the mall, you like, ooh, they probably gonna go for free.
So.
You want to be thinking about that every time they go to the mall?
Risking that chance.
Yeah, well, yeah, you
Probably
do gotta.
So. Probably so.
Yeah.
It's probably happening.
Yeah.
The expectations be too high. Now that somebody told you and the truth has been out, it's like, okay, they probably not about to stop now.
Well, yeah, they probably not. And you gotta accept the fact that they might do it again if you're gonna stay with them. That's
so little.
Yeah, exactly. You do want it, because you might. I kind of agree with you a little bit. You might want a little surface detail. I really don't want it, because it's like, if you ask details to the point where you like, oh, was it from the front to back or whatever? Now it's like, when you doing shit, you like, oh, all right. Because I'm like, now you like, was they doing it like this? How was they? Now you in competition constantly, so you ain't even gonna have the same experience with them no more.
Men and women are different.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah, true. And you know what's funny though? The one benefit you probably could get from asking the question is you could actually probably learn exactly what your mate actually liked, or what the person did to them that missing, you wasn't doing.
Maybe
you might get an update or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, true. But the thing about it is they didn't do it with you. But I feel like sometimes it may be, a different body frame. It may be, that you may not have done it because of that particular person is not shaped in a way where you're even capable of doing such a thing to them, because they're not in the right weight class. That's crazy. Yo, Savior, I really
Okay,
all right, I'm reading it. Yeah, I'm about to have you read it. We on we streaming on the tube. See, on Bigo, I could talk directly to the people. We can communicate and whatever. On here, I gotta read every message. I feel like Savior got some really good points, and we can have a really good conversation, like actually communicating. If you ever do get Bigo, definitely jump on too. Then I won't have to read. You can actually really talk, and we can really get it in. But because I don't.
Communications in this key. Oh, you want me to? I can't. Hold on. Just.
I'm gonna help us out too, cause I'm gonna let her narrate your comments. Cause what I tend to do is, how people like read out everything somebody say when they in the comment. Be good. I usually just respond to it in my head, but not like read it out. So I'm gonna have her like read out what you're saying. But you're right. A closed mouth don't get fed. And what I learned, because I've been married twice, so I kind of know the ins and out of both sides, cheating and being cheated on. And what I learned is a lot of times, the details of how to stop it is in the knowing how it occurred. But I feel like it's more important to know what caused that person to go in that direction than exactly what it is they did. So it's kind of like, or they wasn't getting enough attention, or they wasn't getting enough time, or you was working too much and stuff like that. And a lot of things like that you can't help. You want to go out, you want to go to dinner, I gotta work, but now you need time. So how I'm supposed to make money and have time for you? This is all causing the conversation complication. Yeah, true. What's going on? Welcome in.
Communication is key, and it's what a girl wants. Communication is key, and a girl wants something, they have to speak up. Closed mouth don't get fed, and if she's trying to do that to someone else, then she ain't really into you like that. I have a small one, so I know how it is. Oh, sometimes women want more, and it's true. Sometimes can't compensate.
Yeah. So it's like we was just talking about that on the fact of, it's like a lot of times women, want your time, but then they also want your money, and time is money. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. It's like I can't get to the money that I need to do what we want to do because it's taking up the time, and I can't sit around you all the time because then I'm broke. Then now you don't want me because now I ain't got no money to do nothing. So it's like you just stuck in this whirlwind, a circle of it. But I feel like we kind of got agreements on that particular section. So we'll go on to the next question. So the next question, the next section of the Truth About Cheating chapter. This part of the book, I say that you have to act like you forgive the person, or to get worse. So if you don't act like you forgive them for it, or at least present things in a way that they feel comfortable to be themselves around you, they're going to continue to do it. But the question that arises in saying something like that is, does pretending to trust someone become necessary for survival in a broken relationship, or is it just another self-betrayal? Like, are you betraying yourself by pretending that you trust somebody you don't? Or, are you just doing what you need to do in that relationship? And I would say that I feel like it's kind of necessary in order to get past it. I feel like if you don't present it as trust, you're gonna have an issue. They're gonna keep doing what they're doing, because it's the craziest thing ever for somebody to continuously accuse you of doing something every time you do something. And it's like, once they give you the freedom, or at least some rope to do something, you're less likely to do whatever that is, because now you feel like, okay, they over it, I can get back in the groove, and my time is not being wasted. Because a lot of time you feel like you putting in this work and you trying to redeem yourself and everything, and somebody constantly putting you down as you trying to show that you improve, it just makes it worse. And it's like, I might as well. It's like what's Keisha Cole Jones? I should have cheated. It's like, I should have did it. Like, at this point, I should have might as well I did it. You sat there, keep blaming me for it, and I ain't do nothing. Like, you just keep on blaming me, and I ain't do nothing. I mean, so what you think about that? What you think?
Cool, another grandma. I was about to go inside by. Bring it downstairs. You need downstairs. Will be in 1 minute. Okay, about 15 minutes. They said I will never forgive. I'll tell her I've moved on, but can't forget to make it work. Can't forget it to make it work. Only if I love them, really love them. But sometimes it does hurt. Does hurt yourself to go along. Your writing is so small. Go along after something like that, and it could be both ways. In my situation, I have 2 kids with this woman, so I made it work once. If it happened again, I'm gonna go serial killer mode.
Yes.
I gotta go in here.
All right, go ahead. All right. So
you turning this off or what?
You can turn it off. So our reader is going to take a break. She'll be back in a second. But I definitely do. I do agree. Like, it's
you want
like
it down or what?
Yeah, right there. But I definitely feel like you do have to come to some form of understanding, at least halfway, understand what's going on. But I want to make sure that I feel comfortable in myself, because I know I just like to know this is mine and ain't nobody else gonna be dealing with it. And whoever else this is that's writing in the chat, can you translate into English what you saying? Because I honestly I can't read the whatever that is. I definitely can't read it. So I apologize. I'm not sure what you're saying, but I definitely feel like once somebody does something like that, it's almost a wrap, because it's almost like you can't never forget it. And you're always on edge, and you know that that may happen again, but you have to fully let go. Like, you got to accept the fact that, hey, look, this person might do it again, and it is what it is. If they do, then I'm gonna leave for real. Some people get to the point where they just like, look, they do what they do, and they just accept the fact that, look, I am dating a whore, and they cheat, and that's just part of the game, and you just love them unconditionally, and it is what it is. You know what I mean? Um, at this point, we have each other track location. Yeah, and that's crazy. And you know, the wildest thing about it is when you do the tracking location, because I also thought of that. And now when you put the tracking locations on people, that alone shows a sign of distrust, even though it could be masked in safety to make sure you want to know, make sure the person is safe and where they at and all that. But if you know deep down you really got the location on because you're trying to track your person, this is almost like a control thing. And also, it doesn't really stop anything realistically, because if the person is smart or been doing it for a long time like I used to, that's actually even better to do the tracking, because once you put that tracking on, I am at that location, but that don't mean I'm doing what I said I'm doing. So I can say, hey, I'm going to my homie John house. My homie John live at 4515. Now you could see that I'm on 4515, but homie John house is not homie John house. Homie John house is actually Kim's house. And I'm at Kim house chilling, and you cool with it because you know that address to be that, but you don't know who really actually lives in that location or who's physically in that location. So it still doesn't change the fact of what could potentially be going on, let alone the fact they could actually be there with someone's cousin, friend, or whatever that's there that they're being with. So it doesn't really fully help you. It does give you some form of security, to give you the location and everything, because at least you know where they at or where things is happening or whatever. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know, right? I know, right? But it's like the more the I feel like it's you got to take time to focus more on self, because what's going to happen is you're going to have a distraction. Like, it's going to be distraction. It's going to continue to be um, irritating. It's going to annoy you. It's going to be one of them things that mess with your head throughout the day. Exactly, exactly. So it's like when you mess with it, actually, you know what? Focus more on self. Bottom line, like, take that energy that you take into look at what they doing and pay attention to what they doing. Find something that will help you in the future that will benefit you. I've been through it. I've been through it. Like, what I'm talking about refers to the Truth About Cheating chapter in the King Fyz Perspective book, ebook and audio book available now. But I speak on that because I've cheated and been cheated on. I've been married twice. I done did the whole shebang bang. So when it comes to relationships and emotions, I done been through having somebody that wants to be with me that I don't necessarily want to be with, and they like doing everything for me, but it's like something about them that don't fully click. And I've also been that person that was like that for somebody else that didn't really fully click. And I also had the mutual, and I also had pretty much every angle of relationship. Um, 8 years. You know what's funny? I was with my first wife for 17 years and my second one for 7 years. So I done definitely been through a lot of different relationships and stuff like that. So it's like I feel like get out early, I feel like getting out early would be the safest thing to do if you feel like it's causing you like stress and headaches, and you start feeling that weird feeling in your stomach, and you can't sleep at night, and you just like pondering about things, and then having like these thoughts of what they possibly doing and what somebody else doing to them. Um, it didn't even happen to me to the point where I have she like bent over and queefed, and I went in and it was loose, and I knew it was somebody there, and I came out smelling like condom, and I don't wear condom, so that right there, yeah. So I done been through it. So ain't nobody couldn't tell me anything when it comes to cheating from both sides, because I did both sides and experienced both sides, and from the worst side of what even comes out of that experience. So I know. So whatever feeling you may have had or whatever, I would have. And then see the leaving, yeah, the leaving is hard. But and if you got kids and all that, you kind of really it do kind of like confine you, because it's like as men, um, we want to be that father around. Like we want to be around, and we always want to be around. So we kind of got to find a way to, be around. But we also want to be a good representation as a man, and we don't want our kids to go through the same thing. So we don't want to be looked at as a pushover or a simp or anything like that. So it's like in a situation when you got kids, it's like good to have a good co-parenting situation, but you don't necessarily have to be with that person. And I would say to get into doing something that's beneficial in the future. So if you have like a book or anything, because I went through something, and when I was going through something, I finished my book. I was supposed to have been did my book since 2020. I finished it in like 23, and that was like once I separated from my wife and completed my book. So the time that I was like trying to buy gifts and make her happy and figure things out was the time I needed to actually take care of what I need to take care of. So every time I thought about that, I would jump in, do another chapter or whatever, and bam, there you go. Now I got a whole entire book, and this book has been helping people. So I say that to say, pay more attention to what you need to do instead of trying to keep up with somebody else's feelings and stuff like that. Your dad was never around. You know what's crazy? I seen mine once when I was 12, and I ain't seen him since. You know what I mean? And he was like, "You need something, holler at me, whatever." But I ain't never holler at him. It's like I ain't seen you all this time. I'm 12 years old. I don't even need you no more at this point. You know what I mean? So it's like you definitely gotta. The book. The name of the book is King Fyz Perspective. Book, ebook, and audio book available now. And of course, the book goes even deeper into details on this topic. Also, it talks about sex education, manifestation, also food, health tips, sexual exercises and stuff to, to help you improve. It also teaches you about how life is a Rubik's cube, and the things that happen to you happen in order to get you further in life and push you in that direction, because sometimes we get distracted. The same as I said, I was able to complete my book. Now had I not went through what I went through, I wouldn't have completed the book. I wouldn't be having this conversation with you right now, because I would still be warped out trying to figure out and thinking about other things that don't matter to what my end goal. So the depression side, what I did was I took in every time I would feel like if I would have a flash of her like being with somebody else or what she could have possibly be doing, I took that energy and actually wrote, wrote some chapters or wrote some music or did something that worked on my future. So for you got to find out what it is that you actually want in life. Like what is it is your end goal that you want? If you want to be a singer, rapper, dancer, doctor, barber, whatever it is, you have to focus on that. So every time you get that crazy feeling in your heart or that weird pain or that feeling like a sucker because you cared about somebody that was doing you dirty, go into what you actually want. And it has to be something that's continuous that you got to work on. It can't just be something that you can easily accomplish. It has to be a futuristic goal. You know what I mean? You have to exactly. So you got to have something that keeps you focused and something that has you like constantly studying. Now, as far as the kids, with the kids, I would say focus more on the kids. So kind of almost like a cheat code is if you have if you feeling like, oh my goodness, this that, focus on the kids. And if you're doing like warehouse work to get by and everything, focus on another way to make more income and be a little elevate a little higher than that. And with the kids, just spend more time, pay more attention, play more games with the children. Every time you think about whatever, look at your child and just really spend some time with your child, and that affection and that attention that you really want to give her that she don't deserve, actually give it to your kids because they deserve it and they want it. And it direct that energy to there. So every time you get that feeling, find something that triggers you to redirect you into another direction, and that'll kind of help you through it. And as far as even other means of income, if you're looking for another mean of income, just to let you know, I do have people that have been supporting me that help me and assist with the distribution of the book. So if you are interested, you can contact me, and I can give you the information, and pretty much you can help me in the distribution of the book. And everybody that helps me sell, you would just send me the email or whatever contact information the person used, and I'll send you $5 per sell. So say you tell somebody about this book or this live stream, and you checked it out and all that, and you like it, and you check the book out. You can advertise the book to them, send me whatever email or whatever it was that they used to sign up or whatever, and then I'll just cash app you, or PayPal, or however you want it, but it'd be $5 per person. And then as far as the book, yeah, definitely, you definitely want to read the book, because I want people. I don't want people to support it just to be supporting it. I want people to really be into the book. And the book is written how I'm talking now. So if you are able to follow the way I'm talking, that's how the book is written. So it's not like an essay. It's not like Susan and I. It's me and Susie. And it's very large font. I don't know why I ain't bring the physical, because I'm on the road now, but I usually had a physical copy out so you can really see it. But online, a physical copy there. FyzPerspective.com is the website. You'll be able to see you know little interview with me and my ex-wife. Actually, she interviews me about the book, so you'll be able to check that out as well. And inside the description of some of my little videos on YouTube, you'll be able to get some of the information and everything like that. Yeah, and I never had it. And that's the thing. The thing is like, if you raised by a female, you're gonna have that need to be right, need to be understood, is gonna be like on steroids. And I feel like that's also an issue, because you end up debating and doing more arguing and discussing than you need to, and that could kind of push women away too, because it's like nobody wants anybody to debate so much of them. You're supposed to be in control of your emotions. You're not supposed to be feeding into the random bullshit. You're supposed to be able to override it, keep it pushing, redirect the conversation to what y'all supposed to be on. So you want to kind of practice those type of things as well. Um, yeah, I was just sitting here telling Xavier about the book opportunity too, about distributing the book and all that as well. But as far as, let me see. When I be doing these book clubs, I be getting deep. I be getting deep, and I be talking, and I'll be like, oh, all right, so we're gonna get back onto the questions in the book and all that. And that was never right.
I'm good. I'm alright.
Definitely appreciate you. And it's like,
You know,
I feel like it's like,
it was
as
real
long as you
simple
have
questions.
that around, like long as
Do I
you
feel like
have that around,
since I've known you,
then
have you been in any physical
you'll be good.
altercations?
As long as you have that around.
Are you an alcoholic or in rehab?
But it's made
for
of
drugs?
finding somebody
Do I feel like
that
you
you
are
have that
a
what's the
risk?
name? Hold on, I'm gonna put my Bluetooth on real
Do I
quick,
feel like you're a risk
just so you can
to
hear
the
me a little
people?
more clearly.
And that was it. Just mainly like personality questions.
But yeah, it's like you want to find somebody that inspires you, or somebody that you actually trust, that will give you the
Yes.
advice that you
Yes. I
need.
told them we were coworkers.
Because
What you
the
talking about?
advice that you need, that will be. Can you hear me? I want to make sure you can hear me before I get
Coworker
talking and all
yeah.
that. Um, So, but you want to find somebody. All right, cool, good. So you definitely want to find somebody that kind of like me, not or anybody that's in the category that you respect that actually been through it. Because everybody always say, got advice, but if you ain't been through it, who cares? You know what I mean? So you want to find somebody that been through a lot, that can share some information with you and understand what you've been through and feel your actual pain. And see, I speak from a standpoint of how things that I actually been through, because this book was created for my children, and I wanted to make sure my kids was never manipulated or anything like that. And I want to make sure they knew about everything as far as religion and everything. So the book was designed for people like us that dads wasn't really around and had to discover all of these things on your own. Like literally had to find out how life works and everything. So this is going to shortcut and save you a whole lot of time and a whole lot of trouble in your life, just period. You know what I mean? So I feel like this is definitely something, and I feel I definitely appreciate you, because I feel like I have purpose, because a lot of the things that I went through, it was like, wow, now I see going through it is so that you can help other people and show other people how to go through it and how to go through the process. And I also have a workbook predicated on the book that's coming out that will help you with these same things and things like that, help you with your goals. It'll be like an actionable workbook that'll ask you questions and it'll answer them and help guide you right in the right direction so you can get to where you're trying to be. Um, Now, as far as the videos that I have out now, right now I have some videos out. I have some videos on, being disciplined and understanding that life is a Rubik's Cube. Things happen for you and not to you. You know what I mean? It's things that may seem bad, but they actually good, because it's transforming you into what you're transforming into. And these are things that you ask for. Like everything that's happening in your life is your fault, even if it's not, because it's revolving around a manifestation you previously requested. So even though you're saying, she may have cheated and the kids and all that, all this is all revolving around something that you actually wanted. Something in your life is causing you to go through this. Something is causing you to go through it in order to turn you into whatever you're supposed to becoming. So these experiences is something that you have to go through. You know what I mean? So it may be this heartbreak, and this conversation may direct you to whatever goal. You may not have realized or paid attention to it, but that will be the fuel behind your back to get you right to where you need to be. So you're not off track, you on track. It's just that you didn't know you was on track. So now that you understand this is part of the process, you'll be able to heal and continue to go forward in a more beneficial faction. But the next question that I had that came from the book. You on the phone, or you done, or you? All right, so I'm gonna let you back in the conversation. Had to have a little little one-on-one man talk real quick. We back in on the conversation. So the next question that arises, I'm gonna take my Bluetooth off. So the next question that arises is that the whole everything just flew. The next question that arises is, should asking your partner to be honest about cheating, about their cheating, if their reaction will scare them from ever telling you again? So it's like, should you ask the partner about cheating or anything if that'll scare the person out of ever saying it again? Okay. Like if the person reaction, like you tell them they're gonna flip the fuck out.
So I will say yes, right? That can change. So let's take for example, if a is it okay to be driving?
Oh, all right.
For example, I think so. Yes, people do it all the time. Okay. Say your child. Say you're the type of parent that your child know that if such and such do such and such to me, my mama is gonna slap all hell out you. Right? Sorry. My mama's gonna slap all hell out you, right? Or even more, even drastic. I know a person who mom would maybe go to measures of taking lives if somebody did something. So the child is now scared to come to you to tell you what's going on because of the reaction that's gonna happen. So that's like even in adulthood. If I know that if I say I've done this, that, and the third, when you asked me again and it happened again, and your reaction the last time was, knocking somebody's head up against the washing machine and dryer, they're not going to tell you because they don't want those results again. It doesn't make them not want to do what they wanted to do. It makes them just not want to tell you anything because of how you reacted.
Exactly. And then he said, always have the honest after scared sharing. Damn, I'm about damn near flew out to sea.
Better hold tight.
Alright, do it again.
Teach me what I taught you. That's what I'm going to do. I got you. I'm about to talk about that. Let me get on here. So I can hold my phone.
Alright, yeah, and I feel like the reaction, as far as the reaction and telling them and being straight up and all that, you have to, you kind of have to tell them, but it makes it complicated when you don't just tell the person what they're actually what the truth is, because it's like you kind of it ultimately boils down to you got to find somebody that you can be 100% true with, like no matter what. Like you have to find somebody that knows how to control their emotion, that know how to react. The issue is you may be with somebody that just don't have no control over their emotions, so they just flip off the handle about whatever you tell them. So you gotta need to find somebody that you could tell them like, hey, I seen this girl, she had a fat ass, that was amazing. If she flies off, oh, you looking at bitches, that's not the right one, because she can't handle you being honest. And you need somebody that you can actually say, be honest with, somebody that can be like a best friend to you, that you can be straight up with, like, look, this is how I feel, this was going on, because that's what's going to actually make you feel comfortable and make them feel comfortable to be whoever it is that they are in life, just in general. So you definitely want to make sure that you find somebody that you could be straight up
People
with and honest with.
what they do, and if they do it, being with someone they know, but just want to see how people react and if they can get away with it, or if they fully interested, they may test the limits.
Exactly. And now you do want to test the limits so you can know what what is even going on, how far you can go. And in dealing with females in general, they testing limits is what they are designed for. That is specialized in that. That's the whole function of their being, is going to be testing you. You're always going to be tested dealing with females, period. Even if you have daughters, you'll find out they are going to test you. That men and females, they both do it, but women in nature, naturally the same as the nurturing and all that. The testing is a part of it. The testing is a part of the nature, like naturally, just like nurturing you, testing you is another thing, because it's also a part of nurturing you. It develops you into who you're supposed to be. So if you say you a man that put this down and do this and do that, they're gonna test you on that.
And it's going to be game, but some females have stronger personalities than men, which is true.
Yeah, and when you're dealing with strong personality women, you're gonna have to step your game up. And that's another thing, is you're going to be even more tested even more, because if you said, oh yeah, you can hold it down and you're gonna pay and do this and that, they're gonna push the limits. They're gonna tear your pockets up and see what you do when you drown. Will you survive? Are you talking all this, you can do this, that? We gonna see, and it's going to be tested, so you're gonna have to stand up to it. So it's like, don't never tell a female something that you're not capable of doing or you ain't sure you're gonna do. If it's something that's financial, don't talk about that shit unless you actually got it. Like, unless you got the money already, don't talk about your check coming next week. Don't even mention it, because your check ain't in your pocket. And if your check don't come next week, you're gonna look crazy if something happened with the bank or anything. So I try to avoid saying anything about anything.
Because you want women to ride, but at the same time, they want the same.
Yeah, exactly. And it's the thing where men and women have our roles, and we are different in our positions. So it's like, you got to understand that that's the side that she's on, that's the side that you on. So you got to understand that no matter what, her leeway when it comes to those things is going to be stronger. And the same as when it comes down to women bearing children, or men have a history of cheating and being caught more frequently, and women getting over it more than men, because we know that they have to be fully in the emotions and all that, and ours is just physical. So we don't even have to care about the person, the random person. They gotta actually really be into them or something to even interact with them, unless it's
who's
business.
right? What did you mean by who's right, in our opinion?
And our, like, as far as who's, you say who's right?
Is that what he said? No, I'm trying. I want to hear on my way. I want to hear on my way. Women first. What? But women first. Oh, it's supposed to be women first.
Oh, so
what was the question? What do you just could you clarify what you meant by who was right? Like, I think that's what I missed. If I'm reading the comment correctly.
And I feel like it's not a right or I feel like it's kind of not a right or wrong. It's just kind of like what it is. Like when a woman is stronger.
You can't ask a woman to a woman that I think we move mountains. Move mountains. Emotionally stronger. I think also women are emotionally stronger. I think we tolerate.
Like, y'all have babies and all that, of course.
Tolerate a lot more. That's a physical thing, and emotional too. But that's a physical thing.
Yeah.
But as far as like emotions, yeah, that's why we work so hard off of emotions. I believe because we are a lot stronger with our emotions. So we, men may first think like logically, yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, and now you say even if you're aggressive.
My girl has that attitude. She shuts me down.
Oh yeah.
I'm a talker. I'm a talker.
Yeah. So
I'm fitting to have a conversation.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like a lot of the times it's like people focus on people focus on getting their point across and being right. It's like knowing when to win the battles, pick your battles to fight. Good morning. So it's like to pick the battles to fight. You don't want to spend time arguing about something that really don't matter in the end, just to win the argument. Because a lot of times when it comes down to logical debates and everything, usually with females, and there's no shots, it's more about how they feel about what you're saying, how you're saying it, how it made them feel, opposed to what the logical fact behind it is. So it's like understanding that you kind of got to take that into consideration, because you may be telling her the perfect thing, but it doesn't feel right to her, or it's not coming out like that. And it's funny that you what's funny? The fact that you said that I'm like Dr. Phil. People have been telling me that I'm Dr. Real since I've been doing this thing, and everybody keeps saying that that's the direction I should go into.
They hit something.
But I would say,
Please.
I would say that what are they doing?
They too far up.
So one sec.
We are
we sit here
can't ever agree with
talking
love each other hard.
We talking about pretty much, should you be honest with your mate about something?
Okay.
Oh, it's an accident. Ooh, knocked the juice out that John. But should you be honest to your mate if your mate like reacts crazy and all that?
You tell them go ahead, it's nothing. You dumb. That was a city truck. That was a trash truck.
Right, I'm gonna ask 1 second.
I'm sorry.
So what?
That was a trash truck, baby. My neck, my back.
You say yes. You say yes. Oh.
It's yes, but the question is,
bastards.
are they ready? Are they ready for honesty?
Yeah. True.
Because at the end of the day, the truth gets a better reaction than a lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Saber said, "All y'all together."
I feel like you got.
Huh?
I feel like you got.
Oh yeah.
You need to
We
be
together, but we ain't together. We not to cut you off. I'm Simo streaming, so I'm talking to somebody 1 second. But yeah, we together. We not. You listen to that Usher song, that new Usher song. We good. We not good, but we still good. That's us. So you looking at we not good, but we still good. That's so. Savior. That's what our situation is. If you was asking. But go ahead. Finish what you were saying. My bad.
So that being said, I think honesty in a relationship is good, because my thing is, who want to walk around with a lie
Exactly.
lingering on their back? Like I
Exactly.
said, the question is they ready for it? A lot of people would say, "Be honest with me, be honest with me, be honest with me," but 9 times out of 10, they not ready for what's going to come out your mouth. Sometimes, yes, it is what you say and how you say it, but at the end of the day, it's still the truth. And people don't be receptive of the truth all the time. And you know, you can tell the truth, and then their reaction be off the wall, and you looking like, what the fuck is what's wrong? Because you asked for it. But at the end of the day, I feel like honesty, being honest in a relationship, yeah, you
Yeah.
should tell it.
Hold on
You
now.
should be honest.
Yeah, I would definitely say be honest. And then I would say the next question, because we all kind of agree on the being honest, but we do know is limitations that we have to have with the honesty.
I'm
Um,
a Savior. I'm gonna screenshot that question and we will circle back. Okay.
yeah. And as far as the next question,
We'll circle back. I screenshot it. We'll
all right.
circle back. Okay.
Yeah, we'll come back to that, and we'll go to the next. We'll get back to that question too, Savior. We just had another person just chime in, and I want to make sure I'm communicating with both of y'all. Don't leave nobody outside of the conversation. But definitely, when you get a chance, definitely download Bigo so you can be on the panel with us and actually just conversing and
Don't
stuff
have to
like
be
that.
visual or anything.
You can
just
have
have
cam
your
down and
voice.
talk. Yeah. But the next question is emotional control a sign of maturity, or is it just you disrespecting your own feelings? Like, do you feel like having control over your emotions and feelings, um, you know, is that being mature, or is that you
Um,
like manipulating yourself?
it's maturity. It's most definitely maturity and growth. Because when you don't have no control, I feel like when you don't have control over your emotions, that means you allow anything to go all kinds of ways and not have no control of it. Because your emotions play a big part in a lot of things that we do in our everyday life. As far as like getting in arguments or altercations, or not being receptive of what nobody say to us, or whatever the case may be. So yeah, if you have emotion control, you are most definitely growing. I can say I have grown a lot.
Definitely. And yeah, because some people say it's emotional manipulation and lying to yourself and all that, but I just feel like it's you learning how to control your emotions. You done had them for all these years. By now, you should be
Right.
able to figure out how to
We're not
control yourself.
toddlers.
Exactly. You should know how to control
Having
yourself.
tantrums. We're
You should know
adults.
where to place certain
You
things,
should
or how to react to certain things.
exactly.
Some things don't need a reaction. And at the end of the day, people that don't know how to control their emotions, they walk around just all over the place. It's everywhere. And you never, and yo, I ain't gonna lie, some of them folk like that, I be scared of.
And then after this, let's get into your question. All right, so now we going to segue over because Xavier got a question too. That's not necessarily a book question, but we still on that topic. So we gonna you gotta get all the way over.
I am.
All right. Let me see.
Take that opportunity right now.
All right. So basically, when it comes down to
So his question.
go ahead. What's his
His
question?
question was in reference to. I thought about marriage, but my wife don't want to marry me because I am a felon and she's a gun enthusiast. She has a huge collection.
Uh-huh. So because you married, you can't be married to a person that got guns if the other
It all
person is a
depends
felony?
if she's permitted or not.
Oh, it might fuck up her permit.
Yeah, or whatever.
Shouldn't
However
have
that
guns.
works.
And
So
yeah, because he'll be around
that's
guns.
when compromising comes into play.
Yeah, true.
What's more important at the end of the day?
Yeah.
That's when compromising comes into play. Is marriage a big deal breaker, deal maker for you, or is it something that you're willing to not do because that's something she also loves as well?
Yeah, and I feel
Not to say she loves you any less or loves that lifestyle more. Okay, I would like to go as well.
An excuse
To withhold, to stand back from. Yeah, maybe she's not ready.
that's what I feel like that.
she's not ready.
I feel like that may be a possibility.
She could not be ready.
Because I feel like now from what I'm hearing so far, I feel like that may not be honestly the one for you to marry. Even though you may, have feelings for her. Y'all may be good and all that, but y'all could be together without necessarily being married. And from what I'm hearing, I feel like over time you're going to end up growing out of her. I feel like you kind of want more than what she's giving. I feel like you actually putting energy into something that's not giving you the same energy out. And what's going to happen is you're going to end up resenting her for that when you kind of creating a scenario yourself, because you're keeping yourself in something that I feel like may not necessarily be, you know what I mean, something that you should be going into. And even if so, marriage may not be the thing. What'd you say?
She, she's limiting herself. She has a limit on herself. So she don't want herself. She's not allowing herself to grow. She's in a comfortable spot, and that's not what he wants. He wants more. So I agree. I totally agree with what you said. He wants more, and she's not ready for that because she has a limit put on herself, and she don't want to. She don't want to go outside that limit.
Different types.
Exactly.
So now we're inquiring: are you guys actually compatible, or are we just settling?
Yeah. And that's kind of
settling for being wanted, settling for somebody to love, settling for somebody, you know. So the question now is, are we really compatible?
Yeah, and see, I feel like it's more of a thing where, because you know, when you got kids and everything like that involved, it changes the dynamics of things. Yeah, you
like,
know,
I'm done.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, I feel like you might want to start crossing over into maybe a co-parenting scenario, because it may be a little more emotionally if it's not the direct connect. I feel like it's not. I feel like you don't have to throw the whole thing in the trash, but I feel like you need to be open to the possibility that, you know, this may not be, a full situation you need to be indulging in at 100%. You know what I mean? Yeah. Oh, okay. Married by common law, yeah. But common law, I don't think that has any. I mean, I think it has benefits on one side, but I don't think it's like you gotta split properties and all that kind of stuff unless y'all like build the company together or something. I don't think that affects that. You know anything about that?
You don't have the benefits as a real marriage.
Yeah. So as far as separating, it don't really disrupt anything. You just get like the benefit of opinion or something like that, some half of authority or something, I guess, but not fully paperized marriage. So you wouldn't have to worry about that part, I don't think. I guess could do some research on that. But I would say that to really pose them real questions, like don't hold nothing back, just be straight up. I feel like you maybe, have some questions that you want to ask her that either pride or whatever, you might not be being straight up about your feelings towards her or about the relationship itself. And I feel like now there's nothing to lose at this point. So it's like, look, if you're feeling like, look, you go out on too many Saturdays in a row, I don't like it. And if you're gonna be doing that, we just ain't gonna be together. It's time now for you to pull your pants and just be straight up about everything, like period. Like no holding, no being nice, none of that. Like, look, screw this. It is what it is. You on my time now.
Hello.
They've been together about 7 years. Oh, and see, that's another thing. And see, you work like 50 hours. You work the 50 hours a week, which means that leaves her with a lot of free time without you. You know what I mean? So,
want to get that high five, so I need you to wipe your tears, work done, and get your school day done, and then we can move on to the weekend. But I need you to listen to me share the first time, okay? Did you hear me?
Exactly.
Okay, and you want your high five from Daddy? Okay, so in order to get your high five from Daddy, I'm going to text Miss Sharon to find out if you did your work, okay? Okay?
To go elsewhere.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and get it done. Wipe your tears, get yourself together, and put your best thinking cap on and get your work done, okay? Okay? If you need a little bit of help, there's nothing wrong with asking for help, okay? But you're smart enough to get it done. You do it all
exactly.
the time.
And now,
okay? You hear me?
Yeah, and not to cut you off, Unc.
Sorry.
It's cool. But not to cut you off, but what happened,
Hello.
what he was basically saying is,
King,
basically now she's
stop crying, please.
in a
She was 7
housewife
years old
stage.
next week, okay?
So she's
So I
like,
need you to
you
be
know,
a big
she's
queen, get your
stay-at-home
work
mom type mode. So
done, okay?
what happens when you do that?
Let Miss Sharon
You
know
create
better
a
get your
different
work
type
done.
of female.
And
So
you start giving her
now
a
when
hard
you
time,
put
okay?
that in her mind, and now
Tell her I'm
she's
sorry for
programmed
giving
to
you
be
a
a
hard
housewife.
time and I'm gonna get my work done.
Now you just turned yourself into the meal ticket. So now
Stop crying.
you turned yourself into Jay-Z, so to speak. So it's like you don't know, you now you no longer know
You gonna get
whether
your work
she
done?
actually loves you or needs you to
Okay,
survive.
just talk to Miss Sharon.
So now you're in a place
Wipe your
where
tears.
she might just be being nice
Pull
or
it
even
together, okay?
participating
No more
because
crying. You're a big boy.
you are how she survives.
You about
You
to
know what I
be
mean? So
7.
it's like now
You can't cry
you
over
put
work.
yourself in a, you know, yeah, yeah. And I've been through that. I've been through that.
He's
And
gonna know when he
Did
have
you hear me,
that. He's
King?
gonna know when he have that talk
All
with
right,
her.
get your work done,
If
baby,
he have
okay?
that talk with her,
That way you won't have to stay in that
has to
seat the
be
whole time to
very
get your work
transparent.
done,
yeah,
He
okay?
has to say how he feel and stand on
No,
how
I'm
he
still
feel.
here.
Because at that point, if that's the case of him being the meal ticket, she's gonna find
Hello,
any type of
Miss
way
Sharon,
to
go
try
ahead
to
and give her the
manipulate
phone.
his
Tell
mind.
him.
Understand? Because at this point, she kind of feel like he weak, and she sees it. And if she
Hello.
feel like that,
Yes, hopefully
she's
he's
gonna
good. We
do
talked.
or
I told
say
him, you
or
know,
try
no
anything
crying over
to
your work.
keep
So
him
maybe he
there.
can
And what if he
reel it in and get it
if he
together.
stand
And let
firm
him know
on
he
what
can get
he
his high five.
says,
Tell him I'll
her
text you.
reaction
Find
will
out if he
be
did his
off the
work and he'll
wall
get his
and
high five
entirely
from Daddy.
different. Because at that
If not, he
point,
won't
she
get
gonna
it.
notice that he's
Okay,
not playing
no problem.
and that it's going to be time.
I'm a
It's going
crying
to be a
boy.
time where she going to have to figure it out for herself, and that's not what she's trying to do because, like I said, she limit herself and she's comfortable now. And like you said, he created another type of woman, so she comfortable
yeah,
in that other type of woman, being that other type of woman, which is that housewife. So
exactly.
at that point, she have a lot of time to play. She have a lot of time on her hands. She know how to maneuver things with the kids, so she can what she do what she wants to do.
What's up, Uda? Yeah, and that's the thing. Like you basically put her in a perfect position, but now you kind of put her in a position where it's not even her being with you because she want to be with you or she wants you at this point, even though she may actually do, and she may be, you know, just have wrong signals or whatever. Appreciate you, Uda. But now she in a situation where you the breadwinner, she a housewife, she in the house, you away the whole day, so she has the whole day to do whatever she wants with her life while you paying for her life. So kind of who's going to mess that up? You kind of got to put yourself in her shoes. What would you do if you had somebody just taking care of all your shit and they away for 50 hours a day every day, and you still got free time and you still need attention and you still need a hug and you still, no, I mean, but of course, I'm pretty sure she goes out at some point after that or whatever. And if y'all the two people that's babysitting, and the only way that you could kind of get away, unless y'all got to set up babysitter, is like away from each other. Like you stay here with the kids, I go out, or we flip flop. Which means now the entertainment side, you have to find somebody else to spend time with because I can't go away from the kids with you because you gotta be with the kids. So we gotta spend time apart. So then now you got these separation things if you don't already have a babysitting side set up.
She knows how to maneuver around his time with him being there or not being there. She know how to maneuver. She already calculated her time of how she's gonna maneuver with the kids and what she can do, you know, how much. So that's why I said it's not him thinking the worst. It's just him being aware of the situation of what might can happen.
Exactly.
It's about balance as well.
Yeah, it is. But at this point, the scale is kind of off because being a housewife, that might not be what she wants, but it's comfortable to her. If that makes sense. It's a comfortable state, but that ain't really what she was looking for. So at this point, she's in her mind she's there just to be there, but it's gonna get to the point to where it's gonna be times to where she gonna linger, she gonna be tempted. His mind is already wandering. He's thinking heavy already. He's thinking real heavy already. So
Yeah.
it's really no, it ain't been a talk. Been no communication or understanding of how each other feels about the position that they're in.
Exactly. Exactly. And then let me see. Let's see. And let me see. All right. I see Save put a couple things in the chat.
I'm doing read them now that
All right, so she about to read them. What's going on, Bella? What's going on with you? So she gonna read Savior.
28 is still very young.
Mm-hmm.
Savior, 28 is definitely still very young.
Mm-hmm.
And so what else did he say? I wouldn't say you would need to cut her off, but just watch closely as to which you kind of watch closely for the things that you want or don't want. Like just remind yourself not to settle.
And he wrote a lot. You read through all of it. Let me see.
People first meet. What's the sign you look for? Oh, you mean like the red flags?
Yeah.
I think I made a mistake, but she does a lot around the house, and I don't know how to feel about that. I support her and the kids. I work 50 hours. You already read that?
Yeah. All right. So basically, the bottom line is you kind of you web the tangle web you have woven. You want to kind of pay attention to all the signs, and now that you understand what position you put her in, you kind of got to look at your position in reverse, and kind of like reverse your position to see how to respond to that in a way that won't be, that you won't be simped out, or she won't have you, have you feeling all crazy like that. So you're gonna have to just be straight up about how you feel about it and let her know, look, this is how I'm feeling, this is what it is. I know I work a lot of hours. I need you to let me know, what do you need from me? What kind of attention do you need?
Like you said earlier, Savior, communication is key.
Yeah, you got it. And it's, you can't have no type of fear of nothing. Like no type of fear of nothing. Like not at all. Not what she might say. What she not.
She's gonna try it.
Yeah.
She's gonna try it.
So what you say?
Tell him that she's gonna do it because she's in a comfortable state. She's gonna do it. She's gonna try to manipulate because, like I said, she feel like he's weak at this point because it's just the fact, it's the position that they're in. So her reaction gonna go two ways. She's not gonna be able to. She's gonna try to manipulate his mind, or she's gonna overreact and do the most, or three, or she's gonna be understanding. But the understanding is just to ease his mind of thinking so hard.
Okay, so Savior, your question was, am I wrong? Oh, my phone always going ring. Savior said, am I wrong for being with another woman other than my baby mother because she says she isn't feeling me? I would say you're not wrong if the person is not into you.
If they're not into you, they ain't into you, then, you know what I mean? Nah, you're not wrong.
Not really.
You know what I
mean? Doing his book club.
But at that point, you might as well just go ahead and be with the other woman at that point. Like, get on up out of there.
He's still on that now.
Oh, what's up with sis? Tell her, Corey.
This is,
I'm talking about, yeah, so that's, all right, question. Okay, yeah, so I would say, what'd you say? Am I wrong with another woman? My baby mama told me she ain't feeling me. Yeah. So I mean, if she says she ain't feeling you, then it's a wrap at that point. Like, you can't be with somebody. Yeah. So what
situation with the baby mama?
Oh, the baby mom is the one that you saying that do the housework and stuff. Like, is that one that do the housework and all that, or is that somebody else? Like, that's the one you in the relationship with. Because if that's the one you're in a relationship with, then you know. But if you're talking about stepping out on her, then that's different. Um, oh, she said she ain't feeling you, but she still want to fuck. So basically, is yo, that's a fuck buddy basically. So that don't have anything to do with emotions or nothing. Oh, all right. And you
Based
think
on
she's
where they go.
just there for the kids and all that. So then at that point, you at a co-parenting stage, which that mean you kind of in a usher, we not good but we still good stage. Like we cool, we friends at this point. That be fucking. Yeah. So basically, y'all friends that be fucking at this point, and it's like accept that and stop trying to treat it as if it's a actual relationship and not a situationship. It's a situationship. Let it be that. Embrace that and enjoy that and enjoy the fruits of that benefit. It's like why complicate something that's not that complicated? It's usually black and white. Oh, you don't want to fucking nobody else. I mean, but if you don't want, I mean, nobody, even the side chick, you don't want a side chick to hit nobody else either. You don't even want a hooker to hit nobody else after you hit them. That's just how that go. But that's an emotion you're gonna have to figure out how to deal with because you can't control what somebody else doing with their body. So you're just gonna have to eat that. Not literally that, but But you're gonna have to just accept that that's what it is, but get on the same page, like so that y'all both
He don't
understand that.
want her. He don't want her fucking nobody else.
Nah, he don't want her hitting nobody else. So it's like but that's what's gonna happen if y'all not in an actual relationship, and if she not feeling you in that way, it's like you're just a sex buddy,
She already did. If she
and
said
she's
that to
probably
him, she
already
already
doing
doing
it.
it.
Yeah, and Unc says she probably already doing it at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
if she said that to him, she's already doing it. One thing I know about a woman is a woman can't hold things in too long.
no,
And when they get tired of holding things in, is they gonna say certain things to give you a hint that it's something that's being done because you ain't doing it. So at the end of the day, if she told you that she's not feeling you, that means yeah,
yeah, and
that's
then
it.
and he says she's
That's it.
saying she don't want him to smash her other bitches.
Say, I don't give a fuck what you do, but you better not fuck nobody else. That's being said a lot. That have been said a lot.
Yeah,
But that's true. But
that's
at the end of the day, yeah.
yeah that's
We
that
know
yeah this is definitely a situation where I feel like it's just telling stories to each other in reality. Damn, we just missed that PK. We almost won. But the reality of the fact is neither one of y'all can control each other, and that stuck you kind of feeling like you stuck because of that scenario. But the reality is you and the usher, you're not good, but you're still good situation. Y'all gonna have to accept the fact that y'all both gonna be smashing other people, and y'all gonna be in each other's environment, and it is what it is. Y'all gonna have to just be respectful
but you know what?
in the situation.
Uh, Foz, and now what I'm getting is more of him and his emotions than hers.
Uh-huh.
And he gonna have to control it and deal with that. If he does not,
Mm-hmm.
his reactions to things is gonna go out of hand and things ain't gonna be pretty. So he have to uh handle that in another type of way. He have to grab a hold of that in another type of way rather than because at this point, them questions that he's asking, his mind he is allowing his mind to linger.
Mm-hmm.
And when he allow his mind to linger, that means his mind is all over the place, already thinking the worst of the worst of the worst. So he's hoping to see something, hoping to find something out, and hoping that she says the wrong thing. And if she does say the wrong thing to him, at that point, he lied to lash out if he don't have no control. That's what's going to happen.
Exactly.
So he got to grab a hold of that. He's going to grab a hold of that because she at don't give a fuck stage. It is what it is with her. But he got to get to the point to where that's what it's going to be if he going to stay. Now, if he decides to cut that off and leave and they split, they part ways and still co-parent, then he don't have to worry about that. But as long as they living together and that situation is there, like you said, a situationship, he's not gonna want her to fuck nobody. She's gonna say it because he said it, but she's gonna do what she wanna do regardless.
Exactly. Exactly. No matter what. No matter what. And it's like, let me see. No. Something that explains the feeling. Yeah, it's a sticky situation, and you can't unlove somebody, and you can't
You
unlove
can't.
somebody.
You
So
cannot.
so you just gotta accept the
And it's
fact
the
that
fact that he
you
don't
know.
have time is the thing.
Yeah,
The thing that his time he don't have time. That's what's putting the space that's making space between the both of them is because he don't have time.
exactly. It's like he don't have time, but she has too much time. It's kind of like,
Right.
I say that in one of my poems. I say that if you kind of have no money, and if you have time and no money and don't know how to control your dick, you're gonna lose your bitch. That's the bottom of the line. Those factors, if it's
Yes.
any disruption with those three things I just listed, you 9 times out of 10 gonna end up losing her, because you're gonna have to have the time to give her attention, but you need to take away the time to make the money. But you need to be hitting it right so she can stay occupied. But if she got enough time to sit around and linger, she got to find something to occupy her time. So she's going to be getting into shit, especially if she's like an outgoing, outspoken, friendly, bubbly person that everywhere you go, she make friends with strangers and saying hi to everybody, all that type of shit. Yeah, she's going to be a little loosey goosey in the streets. And that's something you're going to have to deal with, because you can't just stop working because, you got a female that's a little off the leash. So it's like you're going to have to get to the point where you either accept that she's like that, or just completely leave her alone. But now that you got the kids and all that, and you got the kids at the crib and all that, and you might want to, keep the household thing going on, then you might just have to be in a situation where you have to disconnect those parts of your emotions and just keep it like that's like your friend that be
Go with the
fucking.
flow.
Yeah, like it's your friend
Go
you be
with the
fucking.
flow.
Fuck it. And just disregard thinking about her being with other people and things like that, and find another hobby or something else to focus on when you think about her, so that way you won't screw your whole life, because you're going to spend a whole lot of time, a whole lot of hours
Oh no.
fucking up your life thinking about that.
Well, they didn't leave that PK because they getting their ass tossed up.
Exactly. That and then oh, back to the question. So, um does staying with a cheater, does that mean you have allowed yourself to be vulnerable being hurt again, or are you just setting yourself up for repeated betrayal? So what y'all think? Just think.
Ooh,
What you think?
my.
What you think on?
Ooh, that's hard. That's
Yeah.
hard. That's hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Five, that's hard.
Yeah.
Five, that is hard.
I
You
specialize
gotta
in the
say that.
triggering
You got
questions.
to say them. You got to say them. You got to say them to me. You got to say both them to me again.
Yeah.
Say them
So
to me
so
again.
so so does staying with a cheater, does that mean you have allowed yourself to be vulnerable to be hurt again, or are you just setting yourself up for repeated betrayal? Now, me,
Can I say both?
both. All right, go ahead. Why you say both?
Because when you when you are vulnerable, you allow certain things, right?
Uh huh.
And when you allow certain things, you see them. You're not too naive or gullible to the situations. You see them, and all it is, you have let your guard down, and you let your guard down so far to the point to where that happened, and you're not that strong or that firm person anymore.
Hmm.
So you will give yourself a limit on how much you can take. Now, for the other one, I think that you are setting yourself up Why? Because depending on what the situation is, you will stay there.
You still
Especially,
filming?
don't let
Yeah,
it be
why
a
you need to
situation
you need to
where
do what you need to do
you
something.
living with the person and the person is
Handling
taking
my phone
care of
calls.
you, or
There's
what
a
so
bunch of people
far so
calling me.
on.
I could never go live.
Yeah, I'm good.
So if it's a person that's staying with the cheater,
Uh-huh.
and they don't have nothing, or that cheater is taking care of them, like my grandma would say, if you let a motherfucker take care of you, you got to dance to their music.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
at the end, if you dancing to their music, all you did was set yourself up to get cheated on all over and over again, because at that point you allowed yourself to get comfortable in that situation to the point to where you feel like there's no way out. A vulnerable person has a limit. They know when they ready to leave. A settling person,
Hmm.
they just gonna stay there because it's all I know.
Exact, because it's the easiest route. And now
Right.
I feel like that you it's kind of a fact you kind of have to allow yourself to be vulnerable and put yourself at that risk of it happening again anyway to find out if it's going to work or not. Like you don't really have a choice at that point. Like you kind of got to figure if you really want to stay with the person, but you just got to understand
Right.
that you probably will have to leave because honestly 95% of the time once somebody cheat on you the respect is gone and they really once you take them back, it's kind of like I got a free game to do whatever the fuck I want. So if I wanted to decided to cheat on you, I could just cheat on you, and you good with it. So this is what the fuck it is, and I could do whatever the fuck I want, and you're just gonna eat it. So it's kind of like you want to kind of eliminate that part of shit. What you think, Uda? Uda, you got an opinion on that? If not, I'm gonna go to the next question. All right, so I think Uda doing something. So in the book, I say if a man fully submits or caters to a woman, he will lose her interest and become like her child or like a puppy to her. Now, do you believe that? Like, do you believe that's a fact?
Yes.
I,
Uh, in the world we live in now, yes.
yeah, I believe it too. Like, I feel like that's a guaranteed
In the
way.
world we live in now, because like I just told whoever that person was,
Uh-huh.
if I feel like if a woman feel like a man, how can I put this? So when a man shows sensitivity, he got to know how to control that.
Exactly.
He got to know. He got to know where to place that, because men operate out of reaction, right?
Yeah.
So if a man sees that his woman wants him to be sensitive, and he give her the sensitive side of him, and he loves the reaction that he's getting from her, he might stay there. And if he stayed there too long, she gonna classify him as being a weak man.
Exactly.
So with a woman having a weak man, she's going to walk and stomp his ass. And at that point, he not gonna know what to do, because he felt like I showed my sister side. She liked it. She loved it. She was very receptive of it. And now what has happened? And he don't know that you stayed there too long. You
Exactly.
didn't come back to your masculine man side that she liked, that she fell in love with. It's times where a man should be sensitive with his woman or with his wife, because it's times where the sensitive side can be comparison to her emotions and sympathize with her emotions sometimes, and it kind of equals out, if that makes sense. But if he stayed there too long, she gonna dog walk his ass.
Yep. Instantly, because you're going against the actual structure of how things supposed to go. It's like you're supposed to be
Right.
leading, but now you converting into a following type position or not a strength side position. And like when it comes to, I had another question like, does modern um, does modern love require you to have some sense of mystery or control in order to be respected, or is it just that or is that just emotional manipulation in disguise, like in a modern relationship? Like in order for you to actually be successful in a relationship, Do you got to keep mystery and stuff like that?
Who the?
Like
I don't know.
I feel like yeah, because I feel like with women the spontaneity of everything is what attracts them. So the only reason why most
Right.
people women are attracted to you because they're trying to figure you out. It's like a video game. Once you end the
Right.
video game, you don't even care no more.
Right.
You beat it already. So it's like you got to kind of spend time trying to be unbeaten. So that's the reason why I always tell people that's going through these type of things to focus on what's up, home record. I always tell people to focus on yourself and focus on improving yourself because what happens is men get into women and they get so into the woman that it turns into her world and everything is revolving around her. And the reality is she wants to revolve around you. Like she wants to know what
Yeah.
you got going on. She want to follow you to your business. She want to visit you at your job. She want to find out what it is that you're doing. But if you spending your time up her ass, it's like, then what the fuck? Like, you following me around now. You's a puppy. Like, I want to know, I want you to be so busy, I got to try to catch up with you. You shouldn't be catching up with
Right.
me. I should be like, ooh,
So
babe, do you got
it
time?
coincides.
Exactly. So you got to be
It
the one.
coincides with the weak man.
Exactly. That is
The
weak
weak
man
man
behavior.
situation.
Because it's like, you got to focus, even though you want the woman, you got to focus more on your actual self than them. Because once you start focusing on them more than you, then the interest is gone. Because it's like, what the fuck am I
Yeah.
interested in if you only, you know what I mean? If you only focused on what I got going on, then you ain't got nothing for me to get interested in. So it's like I need you to get
Right.
interested, do some shit that's going to be
Basically,
interesting. What's up,
be
y'all? What's
bored
up, y'all?
with them. It's
Exactly,
boring.
exactly. Bored the shit out of them. They like what you got going on. You ain't got shit going on with your life.
Yeah.
Like
And
what?
it's crazy because it's crazy that we say these things because
Yeah.
if you look at it, uh, if you look at how things are today, men most of the men are more what's the word I'm looking for
You want me to
clingy than
damn,
the
I left my
women.
goddamn back. I
And
don't have to. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow Thursday.
hey Maria,
Um, all right, you ready to go?
hey Maria,
You ready to go? I'm trying to thinking and streaming at the same time.
hey
Yeah. So,
Maria.
what's up, Maria? What's going on with you? So the next question. Oh, did you have anything to say on that
I
question?
don't think so.
All right. So the next question was, is female dominance in a relationship a natural reaction to a weak male's leadership, or is this a sexist oversimplifying of a partnership?
Uh,
What you think?
the
A
first one,
woman's.
I think it's the first one.
You think it's personal? What you think?
Say it one more time.
Is a female's dominance in a relationship a natural reaction to a weak male's leadership, or is that just simplifying
So
relationship
I would
dynamics?
say I feel like a woman's dominance could come from the lack of leadership of a man.
Hmm.
Um,
Yes.
Women always have to be strong. We have to fill in the blanks, and it's like, and that's how we become hyper independent from the undependable people.
I agree.
Um,
Exactly.
so I don't. It could be personal, or it could be because of society.
Yeah.
Things tend to fall back on the women as much as the men are looked at as the providers. Sometimes society and life ain't set up that it go that way every time. There's different audibles that
Right.
get thrown into the mix. There's different things that get thrown into the mix, and everything is not on purpose to have happened that way. But it is, uh, it can become a complicated situation.
Yeah, and I feel the same. I feel like it's a 50-50. I feel
I
like
agree.
some of it could be the person just raised to be hard up type shit, and some of it could be that the male is either a weak male or being lazy and actually not fully playing his position and allowing the woman to take care of things that he should be the one taking care of. But since he has some control and leadership, he's leading her into doing the things um, that he's supposed to be doing. Oh, I guess almost kind of like pimping. Like it's kind of like, all right, you supposed to be the
Right.
one
So, but
this
we
and that.
know that we also know that those type of men go for weak women
Hmm.
as well. Or they go for the naive and the gullible because they know they can get that out of them. Because if you have a strong woman, if a man like that gets a strong woman, he's not gonna be able to take her because at that point, like you said, he might be raised like that, but she know both ways.
Uh-huh.
She know the signs of both ways. She know how to be the backup plan, and she know how to be the leader as well.
Exactly.
So at any worst case scenario, she know like
And
what to do.
only got one
And
more question. You hear me?
and if it get to a point to
I ain't
where
trying to hold you up.
he is something happens and he's not knowing what to do, and she have to overstep him, that's going to be something that's going to happen all the time. And when it happens all the time, that turns into that woman turns into and she goes into her dominant side, and if she start having to be the leader, what's going to happen? Goes back to he gonna get dragged. He's not gonna be able to be receptive of that, and his say so ain't gonna matter. And then you gonna have all the crazy bullshit all over everywhere because
Exactly.
now you got two different people fighting for one position.
Exactly, exactly. I agree. I agree. I couldn't have said that better myself. And I feel like these conversations is mandatory to remind people of what's happening. A lot of times, life to just go on, and you're just doing things and not paying attention to it, and you look up and shit is all fucked up, and you're like, damn, how the fuck we get here? It's like you stop paying attention. You didn't give the proper attention to what was going on. You fell back. You got too comfortable. You got too far, like you said, too far into your feminine side, and getting too comfortable and being too overly expressive instead of controlling your emotions and everything. Kind of like
Right.
seeking. It's a female trait to seek validation. So it's kind of like a turn off for a female if you always seeking validation. It's like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, why the fuck you always gotta know? You should be confident enough to know, and nobody wants somebody that's not sure. People don't want people that's trying to be something. They want somebody that is something to know what the fuck they are. So it's kind of like being confident in what you are is what kind of maintains the relationship in the first place. Because that's why they was with you when they first met you. You was confident about what the fuck, but now you seem to be unsure, and your unsurety is causing turbulence. Because now it's like, I can't let an unsure ass motherfucker lead me nowhere. Because you don't even know what the fuck you got going on. So how long gonna let you lead me when you lost?
Me, I always say if you, as a leader, you set footsteps for people to follow. If you set the right footsteps, you shouldn't have to look back to see who behind you because the right people are going to follow you. And I feel like that applies in a relationship too. If you know you got a good woman and you leading her and you setting the right footsteps for her to follow, you shouldn't have to look back to see what she's doing because she got it back there.
Exactly.
She's handling it.
Exactly. And then another the last question I got is is enjoying the show while withholding validation a form of confidence, or is it just a silent war of control between the sexes? So when I say that, I say in the book, I say if it's a female and she's doing things or whatever to get your attention, the more you ignore what she's doing to get your attention, the more of that she'll do, and she'll heighten whatever it is. She may pull her pants up in front of you real quick. You don't respond to that, she'll bend over in front of you, or just constantly do step by step more things to find some form of validation. So the question um, is sitting back and watching her do all that stuff without validating her, is that um, you know, is that a form of being confident in yourself, or is that just a silent war of you trying to control her? What you think? Huh? That was a lot. All right, so let me break it down in a simpler form. So, do you think ignoring a person trying to get your attention, do you think that is you being confident in yourself, or is that a silent war between you and that person trying to pay attention?
You could be not that interested or something if you don't pay attention to them.
No, I'm saying you intentionally not paying attention.
Why?
To watch how far that person will go. So what do you think
That's
that
silent
is?
war.
That's the you said silent war. Yeah,
Weird.
definitely
That's a
silent.
silent war.
Yeah, silent war.
You stirring some shit up.
Yeah.
Because while you ignoring her,
Hmm.
she's doing all that shit. So in her mind, you don't know what's going on in her mind, and you don't know what her motive is for doing what she's doing. She's probably trying to see what type of reaction she getting out of you,
Hmm.
and you're not showing no reaction. So when she get ready to uh explode, you can't say you don't know why, because you did pay attention. You did see all those things,
Hmm.
and you ignored it, thinking that you was gonna soften her up and make and yeah,
Yeah, got you.
that's a silent war.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. And that I think that was yep, that was the last question and of the book club. And definitely make sure y'all check out the King Fyz Perspective book, ebook, and audio book available now. Of course, it's on sale today, so if you catch me today, you get a nice little discount. Cash App, Apple Pay, credit, debit, however you want to get it. Website, fyzperspective.com, or you can go on the gram or anywhere, click the link, it'll take you to there, so you can check it out, or you could DM me or whatever, and I will send it right to you. When you send me a DM, I'll send you your own personal discounted version. So I ain't even gonna say how much it's gonna be. We all know, we all know is $20 for the audio, 2 hours long of me reading it to you. The ebook is 30, and today I'll be doing a discount. So you DM me, I'll give you your own personal discounted price according to where you fit in our relationship. So of course it won't be the audio will be cheaper than 20. The ebook will be cheaper than 30, and then the physical will be cheaper than 40. So definitely get with me if you do want it. I'll make sure to get it to you. And if you're really interested in it, we can figure it out. Because the reality is, I kind of want to get this message out, and I kind of want it to get to people that can benefit from the information, or may know somebody that will benefit, because that's actually why I'm doing this. It's not, of course, the money is important because it's the only way I can keep it going, but it's more about the message, and the benefits that people get out of it. So definitely appreciate y'all for spending the time with me and having these discussions. I feel like we did an excellent job today. Definitely, I would definitely want to thank you for coming through, Susie. Appreciate you, with your opinions and everything. And I think we really helped out our listener. He was really going through something. I feel like he got some type of clarity in a relationship area from this discussion. So I feel like every month when we do it, the first Wednesday of every month is one person that comes through that we really end up helping in the long run, that really has a serious situation that they needed to talk about. So I do feel good about having something that actually benefits. This is not just us sitting around talking shit. It's something that we all can benefit from. And I see we got Bella in the building. Bella, you've been on mute. I ain't heard nothing from you. Uda been on mute. I don't know if y'all busy or just listening, but if y'all did have anything to say on the topic or anything, definitely jump in and say, you know what I mean? Oh, you at work? All right, got you. All right, so y'all busy, y'all excuse. I got you. Y'all here. I'm just glad y'all spending the time with me, because y'all could be anywhere else. So I definitely appreciate y'all participation and all that. Um, but I don't want to hold up y'all whole morning. I know we got life going on and everything, and I will be getting back on this joint maybe a little later or whatever, but I definitely will be back on 6:15 p.m. Thank you, Eastern Standard Time. So 6:15 p.m. we'll be right back here at this spot. We'll go through the questions. I know y'all missed half the questions in the beginning, so y'all be able to get there on time. We'll go through all the questions from the top. And the second session is usually bigger, because I already done asked the questions already, so I kind of got an idea of where we going, and I can kind of control it a little better the second time around. So let's see, box 3. Go ahead and get the dipping. See you tired. Get the moving. All right. So I'll definitely appreciate y'all, and we will do this again. We will do this again at 6:15. And I hope y'all enjoy y'all day and everything. So I'm gonna get ready to get down and off this joint. I appreciate y'all. Hate to like jump off, but I like got some things I need to take care of. So I shall see y'all 6:15 if I don't get back on sooner. Definitely appreciate you. Be safe. All right. Take care. Enjoy life.